Fortnite Winterfest 2024 has officially arrived, and as of right now, it's looking really good. Now, if there's one thing that we know about Winterfest, it's that it's one of the most fun times of Fortnite in the entire year. Not only do we get free gifts, but the map gets covered in snow, and it's just overall a good vibe. So today I'm going to be revisiting every Winterfest update in the history of Fortnite. But before we start, I feel like I have to address the elephant in the room, because these two weren't exactly Winterfests. And once again, that pains me to say, because even though this was one of the worst live events in the history of Fortnite...
What is that?
Both Chapter 1 Season 2 and Chapter 1 Season 7 ended up being great seasons. Before Winterfest ever started, Fortnite was doing winter-themed seasons. And although I kinda wish we'd go back to that, I'm alright with where we're at now. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. The first official Winterfest came in Chapter 2 Season 1 all the way back in 2019. So this one started off kinda weird, because 3 days before Winterfest officially started, we got a Star Wars live event. And although this was really cool, and it gave us a bunch of new skins and lightsabers added into the game, Fortnite was kinda struggling, because before this, they hadn't updated the game in over a month and a half. But then all of a sudden, they dropped the Winterfest update, and they absolutely cooked with this one. The map didn't start fully covered in snow, but it eventually got there. And if there's one thing that we know, it's that when it comes to Fortnite and snow-covered maps, it never works out well, because whenever the map's covered in snow, it's impossible to see. The two free skins that we got from this Winterfest event were Lieutenant Evergreen and the Woolly Warrior skins. And even though the skins were really cool, for obvious reasons, they became the new default. At the end of the day, that's just what happens when Fortnite gives out a free skin. I mean, it happened with the Juice WRLD skin, so... Winterfest 2019 was the first time that we saw the Winterfest cabin, but it was also the first time that we saw a couple of the new items, such as the snowman, which, by the way, was absolutely useless. Sure, it gives you the icy effect on your feet, but nobody really wants that because of how annoying it is. And it would also make these snowballs, which you could turn into like nukes, but there was also lightsabers, which, by the way, were so annoying because they would block any shot that you threw at them. Overall, Winterfest 2019 was the first time that Epic Games attempted to do something like this, and it was a success. Was it the best Winterfest of all time? Probably not, but it certainly wasn't the worst. Speaking of the worst, Fortnite Winterfest 2020 was nowhere to be found. I almost completely forgot about it, but it took place in Chapter 2 Season 5, and the map barely changed.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
The weird thing about it is that Winterfest 2020 was called Operation Snowdown, and not Winterfest, so does it really count towards this list?
Fuck no, baby!
The two free skins were the Frost Squad and the Snowmando, but in order to get them, you had to do challenges. The map still had a desert biome, and overall, it just didn't feel like Christmas. It was in complete shambles, and it doesn't belong on this list whatsoever. So to get the bad taste out of my mouth, let's move on to the next Winterfest, which was Winterfest 2021. This took place in Fortnite's third prime, which would have been Chapter 3 Season 1. What was really cool about this one is that it was completely based on Spider-Man No Way Home. The two free skins for this Winterfest were Chrisabel and Polar Peely, and once again, they became the defaults. Quad Crashers made a return, but this time around, they had a nice crackshot theme to them. Along with this, we had Sergeant Winter riding around in a truck giving presents out to everybody on the map. We saw the return of things like the chiller grenades, the snowball launcher, snowmen, and presents. And in my opinion, the chiller grenades are
the biggest piece of dog shit.
Anyways, for whatever reason, the vibe during this Winterfest was just so good. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the fact that Spider-Man was in the game, or maybe it was the fact that it was just an all-around new chapter and a new map, but everybody wanted to play it. And also, for an added bonus, if you did the Winterfest quest, you would have been able to get these three things. But the amount of nights that I spent playing this game with friends and the amount of memories I made just made this Winterfest so much better. But that's gonna take us to the next Winterfest, which was obviously Winterfest 2022, during Chapter 4. And if I'm honestly speaking, from a person like me who's been an avid Chapter 4 hater, I think this Winterfest was really good. The two Winterfest skins that we got in 2022 were probably the best Winterfest skins that we've gotten so far. We got both the Arctic Adrenaline and the Sled Ready Guff. So Fortnite did a really good job at giving us both the sweat and a meme skin. Along with this, you could get another Christmas themed Guff skin called the Guff Gringle. It was another free skin, but it was kind of a copy and paste to the first Guff skin that you got. So in terms of free skins, Fortnite did really well, but there's also the gameplay aspect. I'll say it again, I'm not a big fan of Chapter 4, but I know that a lot of people were, and for that reason, I think that Winterfest 2022 was pretty good. But then Winterfest 2023 came along. And although the map was nice and decorated, they decided to do away with the crackshot cabin this year. So one of the things that makes Winterfest was missing. So instead of opening presents to get gifts, you would just unlock them in the quest menu. The 2 free skins that we got for this one were Holiday Boxy and a Winterfest Bushranger. And we got the return of all these typical items, but the fact that there was no crackshot cabin just created a void that couldn't be filled. So overall, it was Winterfest, but no crackshot cabin just made it bad. And look, I like Chapter 5 Season 1, but this was just poor by Epic Games. So it wasn't great, but this year's a new year. Well, not really, but as far as Winterfest goes, 2024 is shaping up to be pretty good. We got a nice Mariah Carey concert to kick it off, and we got a bunch of snow on the map. Along with this, the 2 free skins, the Yule Jacket and the Snoop on the Stoop skin are really good skins. I mean, the fact that Epic Games is just voluntarily giving away a Snoop Dogg skin is just unheard of. And although it still has a bit of time to prove itself, I think it has massive amounts of potential.
And do you know what else is massive?
No. But anyways, that's pretty much it. As far as it goes, I didn't want this video to be a ranking because this is just something you can't rank. I mean, some are good and some are bad, and then there's some that just don't even classify as Winterfest. And of course, Chapter 1 Season 7 holds a special place in my heart.
Sing, 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 sing.
But I just can't in good conscience put it on this list. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.